Hey all, Kunik here, back with another D&D horror story for you today. But unlike our traditional stories, this one is a bit of a reversal. In this case, the entire party, with the exception of OP, are at fault here and part of the horror story. That's all I'll say though, so without further ado, let's roll for initiative and get on with the story. This story is secondhand and stolen from a guy on Quora. I know his real name because of Quora's real names only policy, but I won't post it here. I've restructured the story from comments made on various answers to the OP's "Am I the jerk?" question. And the upshot is, he was the only person present who wasn't. The DM for this campaign is running an NPC with the party. I didn't used to think this was such a problem, given how when I was starting out, 3.5E shortly after I graduated from high school, my brother and I both run two characters and trade off DM duties, because we were the only people we knew who played. Oh, the joys of rural life with satellite internet. But I've read enough stories here on our RPG horror stories to see that it often is. The OP is a lawful good Paladin of Helm, and the text of his oath was even provided verbatim by the OP in comments, including words to the effect of safeguard the innocent and punish evildoers. You know, standard lawful good paladin stuff. The Dungeon Master's player character is a witch, who brings the party along on her quest for some kind of artifact. The rest of the party were not identified in the original source. Now, the Dungeon Master had this odd habit. Every once in a while, he would send the OP out of the room while the rest of the party and the Dungeon Master's player character did stuff, then called him back in. Then, one time, the Dungeon Master forgot to do this. The party was trying to get information out of some villagers, and the Dungeon Master's player character decides to speed things along by casting Feast of Ashes on a child. This is a spell that dooms the target to starvation over the course of 6 days. It can't kill, but it's still horrible torture that the witch had to 1. Knowingly prepare beforehand, and 2. Decide to use on a child. To save the child from this horrible black magic spell, the paladin lops the witch's head off on the spot. The DM is furious and starts yelling at the OP that he ruined my campaign. The OP is baffled, basically goes, dude, it says lawful good on my character sheet, and my PC swore an oath to safeguard innocents and slay evildoers. What in the 9 hells did you expect me to do? Stand idly by while she tortured a kid? And it all comes tumbling out. He's the only good-aligned party member. His paladin was brought along because the rest of the party and the DM's player character apparently needed one to fulfill their goal. Every time the DM sent the player out of the room, the party and the Dungeon Master's player character were doing sundry evil crap related to their campaign goal, and didn't want the paladin doing, well, what he did to the witch. And the goal? The witch's artifact was in fact a prison containing the Dead Three, the 3 most powerful evil gods in Forgotten Realms. Bane of the Black Lord, god of tyranny. Baal, the lord of murder of Baldur's Gate 1's fame. And Myrkul, the lord of bones, god of death. And the party and the DM's player character were plotting a jailbreak. Gotta love a happy ending. An innocent child was saved from torture, the paladin fulfilled his oath to the helm, and the Dead Three stayed imprisoned, and Faerun and Toril are a little safer for it. And the paladin's player gets roundly congratulated by a bunch of Corans, including myself, for ruining a wholly bass-ackwards campaign by doing exactly what his character ought to have done in that situation. End post. So, it's not often that I get to do this, but a round of congratulations goes out to a character being played by a player who used the justification of, it's what my character would do, correctly. Under no circumstances would a lawful good paladin have stood by and allowed anything of this effect to happen. And the fact that his character was stupid enough to not even realize what was happening every time he got sent out speaks volumes, because that's exactly what I would expect a lawful good paladin to do. They're big stupid idiots, but they follow the law and try to protect everyone from evildoers. Perfect. So, in order to answer the OP's original question in the Quarren post, No, dude, you're not the jerk. Your party was the jerk for trying to pull this crap over your head as a player. You know, and personally, this setting sounds like a blast. If you're just playing an evildoers campaign where you guys are just out to wreck crap everywhere, this is how you do it. But how you don't do it is you don't leave one of your players out of the loop and try to still do all this evildoer crap on the side without him noticing. Because it's eventually going to backfire, and exactly this is going to happen in your campaign. With that all said, that wraps up this story. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more videos just like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon below to be notified of future videos. And if you also wouldn't mind hitting that like button, it's going to help YouTube know that the video is liked and hopefully push it to newer audiences. As always, the source of the video is in the description below. And while you wait for a new video to come out from me, here are a few related videos that you can watch in the meantime.